to come on today and talk a little bit about self-care. I hope that you guys take a few minutes to stay with me and let me know what you think. So first of all, if you see this on the replay, please still comment because I'd love to hear from you. First of all, I feel like self-care has become a trend, and I don't feel like you see the hashtag self-care Sundays, etc. But I don't really know that people understand the importance of self-care and how valuable it is when we do it well for our health. So I'll start by saying that self-care, it means different things to different people. So for example, for me, self-care means taking care of, myself and in all aspects of my life, right? And I've learned this more recently. So physical, emotional, social, and spiritual. Those are just 4 that I'm going to touch on today. But the actual definition, I'm going to read the definition to you. It says the practice of taking action to preserve or improve one's own health. So there it is, right? Such a simple definition, but something that for some reason we make complex and we don't really take care of ourselves. Partially because we like to put other people first. But the truth is that you're responsible, for your own actions and your own care in your own life. Self-care helps us reduce stress and stay, positive and healthy. And there's so many things that we can do on a daily basis to care for ourselves. So, most people look at self-care as a reward, right? So you hear people say, I'm going to get a massage, and that's a form of self-care. Or they'll say things like, I need time alone, etc. But in reality, if you think about it, you want to ask yourself, like, what do I do that really makes me happy? What is it that I'm doing to take care of myself, right? Start by reflecting and asking yourself what that is first. And then you can start from there on figuring out what it is that you want to do and what changes you need to make in your life. And by the way, sometimes self-care isn't just adding something to your life, it can be taking something away from your life. So if you are in a stressful relationship or something like that, just don't let anybody steal your joy. So I already told you what it was, and now let's talk about who it's for. So honestly, it's for everyone and anyone. I think women tend to do it more, take care of themselves, but men work just as hard, have as much stress, and deserve to have self-care as well. Why is it important? I feel like I personally didn't do a good job of this in the past, and I was not in good health because of it. So one example that I'll give you is I used to say this saying, I'll sleep when I'm dead, right? Because I'm always active and doing things and busy. And what I realized is that that is not a good way to live or to take, I realized really quickly how sick I was getting. I had anemia, I started losing my hair, I was definitely working way too many hours. So it's important for us to just stop and pause and give ourselves that opportunity to take care of ourselves. And if you're a parent, listen up, if you are a parent, this is extremely important because your children are watching and they will do what you do. So if you are always stressed out and negative and just sick, that's exactly how they're going to think life should be. But when you stop and pause and take care of yourself, they'll see that and they're going to emulate that when they get older too. So find one thing that you love and do it constantly. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, whether it's working out, taking a dance class, maybe an instrument or a lesson, that's learning something new. It could be just taking a bubble bath or a massage. It could be something more social, like finding a support system that you really like, finding time together with friends. It could be spiritual. You might need to meditate or maybe find some time alone for yourself every day. Journal. I love to journal. I think it helps me sort of get my thoughts in order. And I think there's also a lot of physical pieces that have to do with self-care that people don't pay attention to either. So believe it or not, sleep is important, and stretching every day, and eating healthy food, and doing things like yoga and resting. Those are all part of the physical sense of self-care. The point is that you need to take time for yourself and put yourself in the first priority. Make yourself number one. And I want to walk you through just some quick ideas on things that you can do depending on how much time you have. So if you only have 5 minutes of time, that's not a lot of time, right? You could still stop for a moment and make yourself like a warm cup of coffee, or make yourself a tea. You could make yourself a list of 10 things that you're grateful for. You know, light a candle and sit with yourself for a few minutes. You could text someone that you love. I mean, that's just 5 minutes of your time, right? Which isn't a lot at all. Another, if you have a little bit more time, like if you have 15 minutes, you can go for a walk. You can spend some time quietly praying or meditating. You could do some breathing exercises. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it or go on YouTube and you'll find some practicing to deep breathe, which is really good for you. You could take a bubble bath. That's one of my favorite things to do. Or watch a funny video clip. You could actually do a facial scrub on yourself and you know, do something that makes you feel good about yourself. Do your nails. If you have 30 minutes, now we're talking about quality time, right? You can go for a nice walk. You can actually call someone you love. You can cook a new recipe. Take a power nap. There's nothing like a power nap to refresh you in the middle of your day. Do something crafty like scrap, or maybe paint or draw, knit, something that you really enjoy that maybe you haven't picked up in a while. Those are all parts of self-care. And if you have an hour in your day that you can actually self-care or take time for your own self-care, then do something more valuable, if you will, or more long-term, like a 1 hour massage, or listen to a podcast. It's good to educate yourself. Try yoga, watch a movie, meal prep for the week. Believe it or not, it might sound that exciting, but that's part of self-care too, because you'll be doing so much better during the week. Declutter the environment that you live in, whether it's your office or your home, because there's nothing better than feeling like you're in a clean environment. Bake your favorite treat. Let me see what else I could think of. Like I said, read a book, try something new like yoga or dance. The point is that whatever it is that you decide to do, it's about you for you, regardless of what else is going on in the world. It sort of detaches you. For me, I love to take a bubble bath with a good book. It helps me relax, and it takes me out of where I am today, and it gives me an opportunity to sort of like not think of anything that's going on at the moment. So remember to pause and be kind to yourself. And remember that you shouldn't allow anybody to steal your joy. Remember that you are number one in your life, and that you're responsible for taking care of yourself. So make sure that you prioritize yourself every single day. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.